last time I was in Maine, or my husband and I were in Maine, our friends, David and Jane, treated us to a lobster boil, lobster feast, whatever you call it in that part of the country, at their home. And for dessert, she had a pie that had all kinds of yummy mixed berries in it. It was fabulous. I've never tried to make one of those. Some people call them bumbleberry pies, but a lot of times a bumbleberry has apples or rhubarb or something like that. That's not what we're going to do today. I don't have that. But I did find some, I found this berry medley at Aldi, and it's strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. That sounds like some good berries to me. So we're going to try making this with frozen berries. Hopefully it's going to work. And I also am cutting corners with some already made pie crust that I've had in my freezer because I got on clearance. If I find things like that really cheap, I buy them. Stick it in. We're going to unroll this in the pie pan. I think it needs to be a deep dish pie plate. Probably could have made a homemade crust in the time it's going to take me to fix this one. I'm going to pre-bake this pie at 350 for about 10 minutes. I mean this crust. Put you about 1.5 cups of sugar into a big bowl. Now we're going to put about 1/3 cup of cornstarch mixed with that sugar. I'm going to mix that together really well. Dump it in there. I don't really like my strawberries to be whole, so I guess I'm going to have to deal with it. I might cut those in half. This is about 6 cups of berries. If you want to use fresh ones, I'm sure that'll be better. But they were going to cost an arm and both legs, or my only remaining kidney. So we went with frozen. Just toss it around. This would be a great pie to make if you have leftover berries that are about to go bad and you need to get rid of them. Just start you a Ziploc bag in the freezer and just keep adding to it every time you have a few berries. Alrighty, I got my pie crust partially baked. I'm just gonna dump this all in there. Whoops. Of course I'm gonna make a mess. And it will come up higher than your crust. What a mess. Now I've just got to figure out what I've got to do with this because it's a mess. So we're not going to be able to do anything real pretty. I'm gonna try to connect it around the edges so hopefully it won't run out. Y'all know I'm probably going to make a mess. This will be a rustic pie. Very rustic. I have no doubt y'all can do something prettier than this. If you need a good pie crust recipe, you need to find my grandmother's hot water pie crust recipe that's on here. And y'all, this little Pamper Chef gadget that I bought, I never thought I would like it as much as I do, but it's pretty cool. I use it all the time for everything. Now we're just gonna put some little strips on here. Probably should have done that first. I love crust, so I'm not gonna waste one little bit of this. We're just gonna stick it around on there. Hope the people eating this will show me some mercy. One thing about it, it'll look homemade. Okay, now for the final little touch. We're going to brush this crust with some egg. You don't have to do this. This will make that shiny. This will make the crust shiny. We need all the help we can get. I know y'all are going to make one prettier, so y'all be sure to send me a picture of your pretty pie. And I'm just going to sprinkle some sugar over the top of it. Thought I had some cinnamon sugar and I was going to use that, but we're just going to do this. And I'm going to put it in my oven at 350, and I'm going to go on the bottom rack with it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to run over the edges, so I'm going to put something underneath it. I better. This pie cooked for about an hour and a half. I wanted it to be really brown. It looks fabulous. It smells fabulous. It would have been better if I'd have made a homemade crust, but it's going to be okay. A scoop of ice cream on top of that is going to be pretty amazing. Let me show you what I did that saved myself. I told you I was going to put a cookie sheet. Now, it'd been even smarter if I'd have put a cookie sheet with a piece of aluminum foil on it. But this was on the bottom rack. My pie was on the middle rack on top of it. This would have all been done in my oven. So make sure you do something to save yourself some work. Y'all have got to try this thing. I don't even care if it cuts out. We'll just eat it like cobbler if we have to. Good luck.